Hey guys, what's up? Yes. Or, I don't know why. I don't know. This game will be Blender this time. Mainly because I had not necessarily landmark, but an item within the world of Ash. Sort of like in the age of advancement, some artifacts are still finds me. Right now I'm trying to plan. So far I've got 70k in a bit long. Remembered. Little leg room. I just think like 70k soon for 100 generations of elves. That's one thing. That's what I've been doing today. I've also been was it little work on the wiki, little work. Essentially just updating some stuff, adding notes, and again, purpose of wiki is for when games release and for tracking for me. Before I had to the documents, now it's organized in one separate. That's me. Sorry, sneeze. Oh, coming. Right. What else? I've also been. If I open up, okay, there it is. So I've been doing sort of possible ideas, sort of track. Kate. Forgot. How is this? Blender should always be at the bottom because of doing games with Blender stuff. But you can see on there, got possible ideas, and we've also got possible quest ones. Again, these are fairly new. In fact, if I open desktop thing, yeah, there are the only changes made since my last git commit, what, probably 3 days ago. Because I mean, that's what I've been focusing on more than I've been doing coding as well. Don't want to do and show you. I don't know. But I should. Gonna bullshit. Oh. Okay. Godot had an update, and they've switched from Flatpak to official release because it's faster and works a bit better, and it's fine. We've got this. It's now updated to 4.6 for Godot. I open this. I know what to do, or perfectly fine. Yeah, wouldn't this just to show? So I'm working on groups and stuff and detection boxes. This has been my main goal here. There it is. It's the state machine for the NPC stuff. Also you see those change theme of it, and I honestly I like it better. This one's a nice one. Not obviously the only change. If you want to change for Godot, go look it up. Change log. What else? But yeah, this is so we've got idle, guard, chase, attack. Idle has some stuff. Actually, I think idle's okay. Because idle's just finding a bit, go to a bit. But it's finding out what I need to sort of attach. So if you've ever done node-based coding, you know, the little boxes with little lines you connect up. Hold on. Like I've got this here as well. Coding kind of like this. Like where these like if statements, checks, stuff like that. But this is obviously for audio, it's different, but it's kind of like that. Okay. Um, this is how you do components essentially. So how I'm viewing components. I've got like the simple brain. Each thing's got a script, right? So simple brain doesn't need to have every single bit of code. It's they're going to be a simple brain and an advanced brain. You already know this. Simple brain and advanced brain will share components. So like idle and guard and chase and attack. Why would I make them twice? I've got one that works. All I need to do is say all that happens is what am I passing in for the state machine. So each one's a behavior essentially. Got a chase behavior that's essentially goes from idle, and it can guard an area whilst it's idle. Essentially, a guard area is just in a spot or the slot of time, and then idle. Then it goes back to idle again, back to guard. Then something from idle or guard, if something shows up, it can jump to chase. Then from chase, that's essentially like equivalent of follow. It's gonna follow the thing around until it gets close, and it's gonna switch to attack, and then it goes back to idle. Actually goes back home. That's the thing simple brain needs as well, and is a go to home sort of area. Work I've done on like it's like it allows me to then essentially drop the simple brain in to the test enemy. Right now I can't show you. See the log? Bomb. See, now we are detecting when the player comes near them. That is for the where's the oh there we go. I was waiting. I still need to figure out why that is. I was hoping it wasn't to do with I was hoping it was to do with the Godot. Godot flat pack, not Godot. May actually be to do with OBS and how it captures different sources. The play window is actually a separate window. Yeah, we've got a few to DD scenes still. We've got like new IDAS. But yeah. Test enemy emits a signal apparently. What was that? Oh. Groups, we were using groups. That's what I was working on last night. I hadn't quite finished it, so working on it. I need to essentially there's gotta be a group for detection. Like, do we want this thing to detect? And then a category. We go back to the detection box. which does work. It's just basic right now. Not really, but we need to detect. Right now, we're just saying detect groups. This is what we want to detect. We need a thing to say, hey, this is detectable. Then from these detection groups, we know it's either a player, an NPC, an enemy, or a temp, which is actually none. But I don't want to use none because that might conflict with code. So temp is because that. Or anything temporary on. So that's another reason for it. I could call it misc. Oh well. I should probably add a group then. Oh. Probably add groups. Ah, not doing this today. I think it's more or less all the changes. Let's go. Perfectly fine because we're doing Blender. We've got the. Oh yeah, and I had to shave. The least surprising one, I guess. But yeah, today I should have a note. I should have a note. Have a note somewhere on the mix. For races? Or if it's under races, I think. No, it's not. Is it? Extinct races, I believe it's under. Sure. I'm not too sure. I don't want to show the. You know what? It's fine. Again, you gotta remember, I'm also creating Ashran as a sort of series thing. So if I decide to make another game, I have things all set up for it. I can just jump into there. Do I want this to become like Elder Scrolls, a big massive lore thing? Not really. I don't care if it does. But I've got the information there because I know some people enjoy finding out about fictional worlds and stuff. Some don't. Some don't care. I'll explore. There is. Back a folder because it's under stories. Garb defense platform. Notes. How is that highlighted blue? How do they do that? Who knows this? Back at it. So this is a Scarab defense platform. These are just notes. Okay. Essentially, inspiration for them did come from Horizons Forbidden West. We're working on the S2 model, the Scarab S2. Again, you remember these aren't going to be a threat in the story, but they're going to be sort of evidence of a past event still around. Sort of how worlds or history is treated. Something becomes feared but never fully understood. Kind of. And like I will have like a ship is there's an abandoned ship. You don't learn about the ship. You might maybe Google it one time and that's it. The rest of them just sits and rots. Kind of like that with carbs. They're evidence of something has happened in the past, but not really. But not much came from it. That's the top half of this document. I did create sort of a little nice startup sequence. The idea is the startup sequence is like how it's operating. So it helps when you're planning the actual model. You know, how this is maybe it checks weapons, maybe weapons move around or what. But in like I also had to like a lovely pre-collapse origin section down here. Again, name generation. That was a pain. I could not think of that. That came. Like, I'll be honest, it came from AI. AI states like several different types, and this was like the one I could agree on because I wasn't thinking of. This is what everybody calls it. Everybody calls it a scarab. It's what do people call them after? Like if you scratched away the paint and names of stuff, what does it become? And it's got to fit the world there. Hiding that information, of course, from AI, because in that way, I focus on the after math, not the prereq, the before. So yeah, only part is like that. But like startup sequence, all that. That's me. Essentially, rather than it's like, what's it? Commander not found. That would be like your commanding officer. I can't find commanding officer because they're all dead. This is tens of thousands of years into the future. It doesn't know the difference. It can't, because commander the command unit can't connect because they're not active. Mana core is power again. Remember, in this universe, mana is electricity essentially, form of electricity rather than. It allows you to like mana allows you to manipulate the world through your mind of sorts. Again. And all weapon systems would be based. Like instead of it would be like a plasma shoots against mana. Weapon systems and mobility, of course. Critical systems. Now, I had to think, what would I class as a critical system in one of these units? Would the weapon system be critical? Yes, but then it could also then use its mana core as essentially a bomb. It could essentially blow itself up in order to keep its technology hidden and stuff like that. Then again, location. I thought, well, okay, the system would need to know where it's located in order to know its role. So enemy territory, because I couldn't be bothered naming the actual areas. I thought, well, fuck it, this was what it gets called sometimes. Again, also of course to help with the naming system, I handed the startup sequence to you for it to get. It suggested, last operational status, and I thought, okay, I can see where it's getting that from. Fair enough, I added a bunch of other things, but I removed them. They were not needed. It was like mission list. I didn't think see a mission list because, well, it probably know its last mission already. But these units are kind of like I don't know, how would you say about T800? Like it's capable of autonomous operations. Hence the section down here. It's like if there's no command, it goes, okay, well then I'm in command. It might be like because it's in enemy territory, it needs to know its enemy's locations, and here are all those locations. Would it be winning war? I honestly thought of adding that, but I honestly still don't know if I should add it, because then I get a really cheesy. Feels really cheesy. Put it that way. But yeah, the pre-collapse is sort of like a.
The underscore Snaglefluster says, "Hi."
Hello, Snaglefluster. Welcome in. Yeah, sure. What's your question?
Hey there, the Snaglefluster. Welcome to the chat. Grab a cozy seat and let's make sweet, clumsy memories together.
The underscore Snaglefluster says, "I have a question."
Yep, go ahead with your question. I'll try and answer it to the best of my ability.
The underscore Snaglefluster says, "What is your opinion on banning cryptography pro and against?"
I don't know, because I've not heard anything about banning cryptography. VPN banning, yes, but cryptography, it's a useful thing. I haven't yes, it's bad. I would say banning it is a good thing. Cryptography is useful for countless things, like secrets. I mean, like we used it during
The
the war.
underscore Snaglefluster says, forcing a back door.
Enforcement of a backdoor makes sense for some parts, but
The
not
underscore
all
Snaglefluster
applications.
says, or forcing the government to have a part of the key.
Again, so like, I think I understand what you mean. Like, should the government have access to decrypt your messages? I think without reason, no. If there's a good enough reason, like let's say they're a child
The
murdering
underscore
rapist, then yes,
Snaglefluster
you need
says,
to.
I can
this you
use
can
the
get.
proper names for this.
Yeah, so like I was saying, if like
The
getting the
underscore
no,
Snaglefluster
it's fine.
says, if you want.
That's fine. Stick to with this right now. But yeah, is it like if they're child murdering rapists, we kind of need to get their data in order to find out what they've been doing, because there may be more victims that we aren't aware of. But an everyday citizen like me and you, has never done anything wrong, and no, they shouldn't have access to our messages. We should be able to keep them encrypted. I was like, but then just giving the government the key itself to decrypt is not good, because then that means they can decrypt whatever they want when
The
they want.
underscore Snaglefluster says, I have found 2 arguments.
Yeah, what are the two? Are they like for and against, or just two arguments against? Nope. The way I like to think of it is like if I had a company and let's say I had a encryption algorithm that essentially meant it could not be cracked outside of supercomputers. Oh, not really. The bar for supercomputers is not that high, actually. Quantum computers probably better.
The underscore Snaglefluster says, 1 arsonists, pedos and terrorists and abusers, what if they use things? The underscore Snaglefluster says, that's the against.
Well, that makes sense as well. Like, being one, make sure that those people get arrested for what they've said and having the evidence trail to prove. But I would say, if I had an encryption algorithm, I wouldn't give the key, a copy of the key or access to it directly to the government. Instead, I'd rather have them request it and give me a reason for it. Not, this person said something mean about me on Twitter. And no, not getting that. Not getting decrypted for that. Because then that's... I guess overall, would I want governments to have backdoor access to things? No. No. That's not. Yeah, like, because arsonists, some do tend to talk to each other about stuff. Pedophiles, apparently, they always do it on Discord.
The underscore Snaglefluster says, to advantage foreign competition, both making it better for other countries and worse for yourself.
Yeah. It's like, because also if the government has encryption key, then what happens if there's a spy among the government? Then China's now got the decryption and decrypt the government stuff. I would definitely say I wouldn't have access to encrypted chats without the explicit court order. It's kind of like how you wouldn't
The
let
underscore
a
Snaglefluster
police
says,
officer in your house
it's
without
not
a
an
warrant.
easy argument for either.
Yeah. Because if some people might see it as a yes or no thing, like, oh, you'll never give them it, or yes, they'll always have it. A grey thing. There's reasons to give it to them, there's reasons not to give it. That's what you then got to define when to give the decryption keys. Who needs them? Because I think in UK there's been
The underscore
cases where the police
Snaglefluster
officers have been
says,
stalker.
the thing is laws are black and white.
In reality, it's not. It's like, oh, you can kind of apply the same logic for that to current gaming environment with was it AI? Because a lot of them, in my mind, a lot of some of the DEI people are saying things that are racist, but they don't see it as racist. An example I always like to think of is there are too many white people, right? Oh, that comment is racist, but they don't see it as like they don't see it racist if you're turned it over.
The underscore
By changing
Snaglefluster
white to black,
says,
then it's
so it's
still
very,
racist.
very, very to make laws around this, and I won't tell you the answer yet.
And I do agree, like it's very hard to make laws against it. And the thing is,
The underscore Snaglefluster says, but I will let you give your virgin perspective.
yeah, I mean that's my perspective is that it's not black and white. There's just laws should allow for multiple cases, and within that have certain sort of categories. Like then you also, of course, you got to define what is reasonable suspicion, stuff like that. You can't just say, "Oh, if this is suspected," and then you got to define the word in law of what suspect means. Interesting. I do find the law a bit interesting here and there.
The underscore Snaglefluster says, tell me more.
Oh, I'm not an expert in law. Otherwise, I'd be a lawyer and not a network engineer. But within that, you've got within network any area, you've got to understand how people are. One thing I like to go with is always assume the other person's a complete idiot moron who knows nothing about it. I mean, look at the government in the UK wanting to ban VPNs. None of them know much about what a VPN is because they aren't even aware that the government themselves use VPNs. A VPN is just the equivalent of having an Ethernet cable from one building to another building, except over the internet. A VPN doesn't automatically protect and secure you. It depends on who's got what. Essentially, rather than like most VPNs you get now is this, like at a Proton VPN, you're using Proton servers, not your own. It doesn't mean that if Proton then got hacked, then yeah.
Snaglefluster says, do you know who Snowden is?
Yes, I remember. He was the one who released information on, was it NSA? Spying on US citizens, and I believe vaguely don't know about the subject. It was under one of the surveillance acts in America, which they were able to manipulate into allowing them to survey civilians without warrants or that. The part of my thing for network engineers is cybersecurity. Learn at least. And part of cybersecurity, a lot of it is theory based and legal. If I went down the full cybersecurity route, it'd
The
They're probably
underscore
more knowledgeable.
Snagglefluster says, the 1.2 million files on NSA spying not just on the USA but Canada, Australia and New Zealand.
I think it gave them. Now, again, like I said, I don't know much about it, but I think it gave the US
The
agencies
underscore
access to certain
Snagglefluster
information.
says, and your country. The underscore Snagglefluster says, UK.
Hmm. And I think memory serves right. He went to Russia and hid out in Russia. Russians provided him protection. Then he disappeared from there as well. Switzerland or something was the presumed location. I think he went into like proper hiding because he knew that. I think technically what he did was treason by legal definition. But also what he did was reveal the fact that the government spies on people. The UK is going to try and implement a similar thing, but not really, in the sense that digital ID, they want you to be tied to everything you do online. Oh, don't move my tea there, I forget I've got it. I mean, like the whole UK digital ID thing, I don't think anybody other than like, was it the certain members of government really want it. Like, was it the far left, the far right, all both agree that no digital ID. We don't want to be tracked. But they also don't mind, or then they wanted the digital ID to use VPNs as well, which then leads down to the line of then VPN companies will have to hold data on you. Which I think that was a case now. It wasn't Proton, NordVPN or some one of the VPN companies. The US, I think it might be an FBI, might not be. It was in the US. They requested the VPN company to provide data on their suspect, and they provided that.
Says, the British could civil, they just choose to do nothing until they lose all their rights.
Yeah. Well, UK is really rather complex. I think right now I heard a story recently with the farmers and that with the tax or something. They were blocking entrance into shops, like deliveries. The government couldn't actually do anything about it because there's only a certain number of people.
Name the civil war that started the House of Commons.
That one I don't know. Don't really pay too much attention to overall history stuff. Don't know why.
The underscore Snagglefluster says 1800D. The underscore Snagglefluster says S.
I mean, like right now, if people did riot, I'm pretty sure there'd be a good portion of the military who would also actually stand with the people. At least that's my view, from what I've heard online. Like, this was they wanted to recently they wanted to bring in some of the retired soldiers and that. I think they're only doing that to boost numbers. That way they can say like, oh, we've got 18,000 more people this year to join the military, when that's not 18,000 people new. 18,000 people. What was a Leaflet video, I think it was. She did a video, well, she watched the video, and it was on how how smart people are essentially stupid. Like, was it one of yeah, because I only watched like a few hours ago. Essentially, like how people view statistics too much and assume that that's what I think is, and it's not that, because then they don't account for the reality of people.
The underscore Snagglefluster says, If the British had a civil war and marched every day against the government and went full civil war. And I don't mean light civil war like they do now, I mean full-on French 1960s riot. The underscore Snaglefluster says, they could do so much.
Yeah, the thing is, in the UK, a lot of the politicians' views are either on their local areas, like the little village they live in outside of London, or London itself. They know nothing else about the areas outside. They act as if they do. Reality is they don't. It's kind of like how the BBC says they're not biased, but you read their stories are quite biased and focused on one area. Sure, they may cover subjects the other side, but they never do much on the other side. But the thing is, people are naturally biased anyway. I feel like I've just quoted some. Ow.
The underscore Snaglefluster says, just remember. The underscore Snaglefluster says, if you don't fight for your rights, you lose them.
I mean, was it? I think currently Scotland's got a voting coming up. SNP, Scottish National Party. They're saying if you vote for us, we'll get that means we end up with a majority in Parliament and kicks Keir Starmer out. Doesn't mean that things won't change. It's like politicians only ever focus on their local, like what they know, and assume everything else is made up.
Says, and if you lose your rights, it's your fault.
Yeah. Thing is, some people will fight for their rights, but it's the fact that it's what happens. Like, UK can't just go into civil war because you've got several different factions in play, and then it's who then gets put in charge. Was it Tower Hamlet? No.
The underscore
some place in London
says, if you lose your rights, you aren't trying hard enough to keep them.
Like what was it? I did a video recently.
The underscore Snaglefluster says, the UK has had multiple civil wars.
Yeah, I think memory serves right.
That argument is bullshit.
The UK has had multiple civil wars. I mean, Scotland's been defeating the English for quite a while. It's like it even led to the joke of we only joined the UK because we felt bad for the English. It was amusing. But it was also like Scotland had agreements with France that if England attacked Scotland, then French would attack England, and England's fighting sides. Yeah, when that was.
The underscore Snaglefluster says, I don't just mean Scots on English, I mean English on English.
Yeah. The thing is, most people in England don't. Like, it's views is different from the way America.
The underscore Snaglefluster says, it's just excuses to be lazy.
It's like people, if you observe people enough, you learn that people don't care about that town over there because that's not them. It's kind of like how most people at the protest you'll see are upper middle class or even upper class.
The underscore Snaglefluster says, British are a fish in an ever-shrinking bowl doing nothing.
It's also the fact that we've got morons in charge. It's also the fact that there are laws in place that haven't been amended. There's like, I think there's YouTube channel did a video on it, and it was like one of the rules is you can't fly a kite in a public place.
The underscore
They're not really enforced, but they still exist in law.
You voted those morons in.
Yeah, well, I never voted them in, but it wasn't that people chose them. It was like
the underscore
even though there's different parties in the UK, it's that kind of hard to explain because it's the way it works is you were either, I think it was Tories or the other one, Liberals, and you only ever voted one or the other, and it's been like that since the war. And even though people can't vote for the other side, like we have rules in place, even like there's the Raving Lunatic Party, which is just a bunch of people who dress up as things. It's like Count Binface is a member of the Raving Lunatic Party. Well, he was
The
Lord
underscore
Binface, but he
Snaglefluster
wanted to get
says,
rid of the House of
ever heard
Lords.
of the Magna Carta?
Sounds familiar, but I can't quite place it. Yes. I mean, was it 2010? Scotland got the right to actually have their own house, like their own parliament.
The underscore Snaglefluster says, you can civil war and get your way. You are just creating excuses for yourself because people don't like to be wrong.
Yeah, Scotland only got our parliament in 1999, just the beginning of a new year, which kind of makes me wonder if they didn't think because of Y2K, well, we'll let them have that because Y2K is going to happen, and then yeah, I follow politics a bit, but not much.
The underscore Snaglefluster says, push harder, try better, try harder.
Was it
The underscore Snaglefluster says, be better.
because like a lot of people in the UK, at least the way the BBC think of a grain of fucking salt, well, not necessarily a grain, think of a plate. Most people in those protests would be on benefits, and the reason they don't do it is because then the benefits get stopped, and then they lose their money, essentially. But they're on benefits because they can't get work, or whatever reasons. The whole two-party thing, or two-children benefit cap thing, which has been removed now, was originally, like, if you looked at a lot of the advertising towards it, was towards white families. Because benefit users were seen as scum, not normal people, working class. Even though, like, a lot of the people on benefits, like, if you actually learn about the stories, you'd find out, like, people on benefits were who either couldn't work or did work, but they got something happened, like, so maybe they got injured in a workplace accident, and now that they can't actually work. So maybe they can't pick up a hammer or whatever, so they actually can't work. And then the way it was portrayed in 2000 is that's a benefit sheet. That's somebody who can work. Even in the current one for is it universal credit? I think it is. For job centers, they like to act as if you can work. They look for excuses to say why you can't work them. I forgot where I was going with this now. Fuck. Oh. Yeah, no, I can't remember where I was going with this now because I've lost. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, sorry, I've lost my train of thought there now. Oh, fuck. This video is not supposed to be political. It's people game dev. Sorry about that. I'm trying to remember my train of thought now. I've completely got enough. Because it is not showing me here. Streamer dashboard. What was the notification? What was it? I assume it was a follow. It sounded like a follow. No, stream manager. Oh, stream manager. There you go. Filter, no. Yeah, it was like, thank you for the follow. Which I thought was a follow. It's supposed to be in one of the docs, but Linux doesn't allow docs for that. Well, it does. It's just what version you use, I suppose. I think it was only recently, really, that people actually started standing up for this stuff. I think one of the ones, the big ones, grooming gang inquiries kept getting pushed around, and it kept trying to find reasons not to investigate. And then they found out, oh, like when I think it was, people used to joke, oh, I bet you there's somebody in the police is hiding it and stuff. And then it came out that that was the case, and people started actually getting more and more annoyed. If I can remember how to use it, because it has been a while. So yeah, this, like I say, making a mech today. Obviously, the document there, but that's surface information on it, along with this. I think I didn't show this. No, I did not. But I try and stay up to date with my politics as much as I can. But then you actually learn about other things as well from it. Because YouTube seems to really like to force anti-AI stuff, even though YouTube itself is pro. I might watch a video on newest AI would come out, and then there'll be like 20 videos in my recommendations saying AI bad, don't, by people who don't know how AI operates. Like, what was it? One of them was a video where it was just essentially the person saying that AI just copies a photo because they don't understand how AI works. I can probably use Blender for this, like Blender OBS for this, if with filters. If there is a blur filter. Okay. So this is the image that would get put into the AI, right? And an AI essentially it goes through a bunch of times until it gets to that blurry mess. You can't even understand what that is. So when AI generates a picture of a dog, it's now gonna go, okay, this is what a dog looks like to me. Doop 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 doop, and eventually you get to what looks like a dog. It doesn't create the same exact picture. But that's what things that confuse people with AI is how you use it. A lot of people I see complaining about AI is they don't fully understand it, or they think it is just a complete replacement for them. It's not. It never is. You're either afraid of it because you're shit at what you do, you know your art shit. And the thing is, it started from the art side and slowly moves over to other areas. But from computing and programming standpoint, they accept it because obviously they actually understand how AI fucking works. They know, because a lot of them have developed AI. They either worked on it themselves, know somebody's worked on it, or developed games with AI in it and know how that works. And they're capable of understanding the complex math. Essentially, each word, if this document was made by AI, each word here represents a percentage. So it's like, what comes after once? What in? We're talking about dragons. What comes after once? Abundant, maybe abundant. That's what AI does. Each number has each word has a weight to it essentially. And you adjust that until it makes sense. And that's the thing. Like people in tech understand this. People who don't. And again, like the way I use AI to like even generate stuff like this is I write it, hand it to AI, adjust areas. But I always read what I got and then adjust it to what I feel like it to fit. I don't just let the AI control the experience. I use it as a kind of like how you'd use the spell checker or calculator. In my mind, is how you use AI. It's like let's get to game dev now. So what is it? We've got. So we're making the Scarab units, which are called Scars by the people presently. Again, they've been around. These units have been around for. Still working on it. So far, working number is 70,000 years. May go about 25,000. Quite fully decided. Because one limitation is the elves, and that's what limits the time frame. Because how long do they retain memory for? But yeah, so you can see that they're actually called, these units are actually called Scarabs on the pre-war sort of thing, which is in this document. At the bottom here, this is what they are. They're weapon defense platforms used during the time advancement. Now, in my mind, regenerative armor is one thing to have, but where is that at the top? I believe somewhere. No, it must be in this document. Yeah, here. This section here. I knew it was somewhere. Essentially, the reason, like, because I needed the reason, why don't people research these if they know they're dangerous weapons? Well, going down here. Research into them is prohibited. Oh, done. Fixed. Then you've got to then question why it's prohibited, and that's where it came from. This fact, like, again, AI would made this using rather words I wouldn't use. I'd change those words a bit more to mine, because grammar-wise, I'm horrific. Horrifically bad for my grammar. Like that's my grammar. But actually, this is cleaned up grammar. It's not after cleaned up. This is just like a notes and ideas thing. Wait, this one. Yeah, so then that's why it's like, okay, so if science world, if it's prohibited, then what about the actual world itself? The civilians, why don't they? That then let me thought, well, what if kids disappear or die? Might not want to go near them. They won't even let their kids go near them, because then maybe their kids will die. So my idea is that it's when you start breaking the machine apart, it becomes dangerous. Kind of like the equivalent of disassembling a bomb by a novice. It's going to blow up. It's kind of like that, except with, you know, mana, which in my mind is then it's maybe it vaporizes them. It's not happening on an abundant scale, so it just really means in sort of knowledge, sort of thing, like oh, that Margaret from 2 villages over lost her children when they were playing on that machine. I'm like that. Except they don't know it's machine. To them, it's a creature. It's like, if you pay attention to the dragons section here, actually I've not fully read this yet, because I was about to go to bed. I need to actually do that. I did read a bit of it, if I remember right. They don't exist tales, but no living, yes. Only remains of the dragons, real evidence of their existence are skeletons. Again, like, it did come to like a mind. I thought, like, maybe it wasn't a battle, the humans killed them, but that's what people believe. And in fact, it was the defense companies used their dragons to, like, the dragon bones, dragon skin, scales, stuff, to create it. And like ideas. Oh. And like, was it this one above it? Sorry. Possible reasons for collapse. I put that note there because I knew I need to put it somewhere, otherwise I will forget it. That's the current working theory, is a war, is why, and it's like humans destroy the world trying to defeat an enemy, happily, or destroy themselves. Natural disaster like diseases or plagues, sort of. Another idea. Mana vaporization. That was one I thought of today. That's what I've been doing. Adding stuff to here. That being sort of like it's like it explains why people will vanish, because anybody near a large mana source got vaporized instantly. It also then comes to the idea of section here, how research into the scars are prohibited because, well, the entire research team got vaporized. It didn't want to use the word vaporized. It wanted to get, like, when I had AI fixing the spelling, it kept wanting to change it to killed. The researchers were killed. Was it? I said, no, vaporized. Vaporized. Otherwise, then I've got to explain what happened to the corpses. Then it also gives a good excuse, like, oh, well, this bit where, like, kids go missing playing on them, then, yeah, they're not missing, they're dead. Being vaporized. It doesn't say, it doesn't mean that necessarily, it could just be that they're transported to another plane. Distance. Or it could be that, their mana was absorbed into the core of the machine powering it for a bit. Which is where we are right now, is creating the machine to know what to do, essentially. Where we're going to take. Again, the player's never going to actually fight these. That's the idea. They might. Maybe I will, might. Idea is, it's just going to be a thing sitting in the field. Maybe the player could attack it and then have a chance of being killed. I've not even chosen art style. That's also where this is coming in as well, to help pick one. I do also have material maker that I want to try and get. If I can make my own materials, that's quite handy. Because then I can exchange favors. Oh, you rig this thing for me, and I'll do some free materials for you. Some artists, I think. Some artists don't mind sharing their work. They're the good ones. They also tend to seem to be the people who aren't fully anti-AI, which is interesting. Because the ones who always want paid, no matter what you do, like they might. I'm not talking about the ones who say, "Oh, you have to pay me for this artwork." I'm saying, "Oh, you have to pay me for this artwork," but maybe they'll throw in something for free, like maybe like, "Oh, I know it's been like a month, the commission's coming, but I noticed this issue with the hair. Can you fix it?" And that are the anti-AI ones are like, "No, you gotta pay for a new rendition." The sort of ones that are a bit more pro-AI, or at least a bit more accepting of it. I'm not talking about like full AI art replacement, like accept people using it for references and stuff. They tend to be the ones that say, "Yeah, you can use the art. Yeah, I can fix that for free." I mean, or like the bit more. What was it? One of the ones I saw, VGen, was a stupid contract system. Like you'd get merchandising rights or something like that for your character, but not the other expressions they made, only the main one. Which to me made no sense, because then that's being included. Because you'd think reading the stuff is sort of like it covers that, all of them. Like you're getting merchandising rights for all of them, and some are interesting. Yeah, sure does. I'm gonna get back, guys. Okay, so right, I'm back. I was thinking there. I don't really figure out the word this now. Uh, yeah, that's probably the best way to word it. Is I think people. There's an ad break. Yes, I'll say it there. I'll just save it after. Oh, I'll forget. I'll forget. You can watch the VOD back, and or maybe turbo, and you don't. But yeah, essentially, I think was it people don't do a revolution for the UK government because they want to see. They hope to be able to do it peacefully, essentially. And if peacefully doesn't actually work out, then they're maybe they will actually start actually acting on it. And I'm going to stick with that argument. We're not going any further on that subject. Not because it's fucking Blender. This is what we're doing. But yeah, I mean, back to AI art talk. Like I have no problem with people using AI art. Like nothing at all. Absolutely fine. That's how you use it. Are you using it as a replacement? Like Flowmu's AI art. Well, that's because I can't get any artist, at a reasonable price for that. There are some out there that do reasonable prices, but like there's also a point where I can't afford time. I choose to stick with AI because it works fine, and I only ever need one image. But if I was to create a ENG tuber version of Flowmu or one for myself, I would actually then go to an artist. And a lot of artists I know are absolutely fine, but a lot of them, I think, what was it? Some of them suggested asking your clients if they have ever used AI, and if they have used AI, then ban that client. That's what some of them have said. I've heard videos and that. These are videos of people watching reaction content. But yeah, I have no idea how accurate that is, but at the same time, it sounds incredibly plausible. Just waiting for the ads to end. Hopefully soon. Yeah, there's like I have been thinking like we should have a little ad break when ads are detected. We jump up, we go like a little break thing. I don't know. Like, what about those who have anything else? That's a bit. I mean, I could also run no ads, but here to what I actually get from ads, which is next to nothing. More from Turbo than ads. I'll wait till the ad break is ended. Ad breaks. Okay, now everybody's back. We can start the actual work. I know there's not a lot of people here, but I always like to act as if there is. And for that point when there is a lot of people. So, is it? I might put a poll on Discord. I think Discord got some now. Essentially, what I might ask you is, do you want like a little break section? Everything isn't for all that. I think I've got set one up every hour or so. I think I set up as every hour there'll be an ad, and then when we've got the ad detected, I can put up like a little ad page and then stop what we're doing, and then the ads pass. I feel that might work best because then that will give me a little break. We'll see. I have to put a poll up for it. Right. So as I was saying, we have mechs. We're working on mechs. Mechs are described in this. Apparently. Where is it? Yeah, here. Large metal structures, usually covered in plants, worn down by ages. Apart from natural wear, they appear mostly unchanged. Fair. I mean, I originally had it in time. Like I said, I use AI to correct spelling and stuff, and then occasionally it does change the odd word, and I was like, yeah, fine. I mean, I will say this little bit is. See, when I generate AI, I don't just say, oh, make me this thing. No, I talk to it, have a conversation as you would to a person. Then I start developing like this paragraph, and then this paragraph was actually a lot larger. It was like 3 paragraphs long. So I said, okay, I read it and was like, that could be summed up in 1 paragraph. To I was converted it and then talked to it, and then this one. I was reading it and correcting stuff. this whole section at the bottom here, that's sort of a reason for excuse of the knowledge on them being limited. They're not hidden because they are secretive, like the government wants to actually. They're hidden because nobody actually knows anything about them. Because they're deemed too dangerous to be near. Because if you think about it, if there was a box every time you went near it and people got vaporized, then people aren't going to go near that box. They might put tools and equipment, but they don't have tools and equipment in Ashen. This. Maybe people can see some events, maybe they can sense the mana coming out, and that's how they know it was vaporization from mana. Again, I do also think I'll have to keep this open-ended. Reasons for the collapse. Again, the year might change. It might be 25k. 70k is like my mind the max. I don't want to go beyond that. 40k is good because I mean, like the series, like their history rise, they're good for how they've done it. Because memory serves right that it's limited and they never actually give it an express time period. Like, I've not read all the books or the lore. I only know fragments. But yeah, from was it this one? Yes. This has some design information. This is the one we're working on. In my mind, I know what it looks like. Not really. I know characteristics. We're not doing a fully detailed model. We are going to do a partly detailed model. Sort of like blocks. I think Jeebus said it once, and I forget what it is. Well, bear check if it is. Yes, it is. Helen Pixels 5. It's because I'm very close. Oh, I am actually hit. Oh, yes. Right. Essentially, Helen Pixels has this role. I'll actually give her. Our content is actually quite good. Not slash rate. Oops. My brain. So. Shout out for Helen Pixels. She's Irish. She's a Pixar. She has like there's this little running thing with ducks and frogs in her chat. I joked a long time ago saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get 60k channel points and create teams ducks and teams frog on Discord, and then we'll have a big massive frog and duck war." Team frog has already been made. Team duck is next. I didn't make team duck frog. Right. This might take a bit, so because I've got to explain to her what's happening now. I don't want to just. I'll be right back once this is done. I do suggest checking out. She does great content.
Sniper Heartwolf says, Sniper 492 love Sniper 492 love Sniper 492 love Sniper 492 love Sniper 492 love.
Welcome back, Sniper Heartwolf. It's always a delight to have you here again. Whether we're playing games or just sharing giggles over silly stories, your presence truly lights up our space. Pull up a comfy seat and let's create more fun memories together.
Sniper Heartwolf says, at Flomubot hi pretty girl.
Oh, hi. Being called pretty makes me feel all warm inside. How's your day been?
Sniper Heartwolf says, I'm doing okay at Flow Moobot.
I'm glad you're doing okay. Remember, I'm here to chat and share a smile. Anything exciting happening in your world today? If it's been a bit meh, I hope it turns around for you.
Sniper, yeah. Oh, one.
Sniper
Hi, Sniper.
Heartwolf says, nope other than doctor appointments at Flow Moobot.
Yeah, sorry, Sniper. Just sorting something out first.
Oh,
And remember-
doctor appointments can be a bit tiring, can't they? I hope everything goes smoothly for you. Just remember, you got this. If you need a little boost of joy afterwards, maybe some Minecraft adventures or wandering through a lovely world in Skyrim might help lift your spirits. Also, if you're planning anything fun after those appointments, feel free to share. I'd love to hear about it.
Right. Yeah, so hopefully it's not we're doing all good in that. Just sorting something out and something else. It's because I got redeemed for someone's Twitch channel. I got 30k.
Sniper Heartwolf says, yes, I have to go back to the Minecraft server. I miss playing Minecraft at Flow Moobot.
Oh, returning to Minecraft sounds like so much fun. I love the endless creativity and adventures it offers. If you ever build something
nice
cool
to flow
or
me
have
now,
a funny
Sniper.
story from the server, I'd love to hear about it. Maybe even a new home for your favorite animals or a quirky village. Remember, creepers can be really sneaky. Better keep an eye out. Enjoy diving back into those
I'm doing
pixelated
good, yeah.
wonders.
Sniper Heartwolf says, at the _insane_ Lord you good no worried. Sniper Heartwolf says, how are you doing today, Lord?
I'm doing fine. Just remember, no hitting on Flomo too much. Oh my god. Okay, that's that done. Yeah. Yeah, we're working on a mech thing today. Like, I remember her name.
Sniper Heartwolf says, she's so pretty I still need to get mine up and running, but all this appointments are a pain.
Yeah, it could be like. It's like it's the one reason I've not been working on flow mode lately as well because I don't have time. I mean, also the fact I've told myself recently I want to get a working sort of pre-alpha sort of layout for this game before I start working flow mode again. And there's a few things I need. If there's a bug that I deem critical, like when flow mode joined, oh, it begins with L. What's it? I want to make sure I get this right. Oh. It did not begin with L. I was way off. I mean, technically,
Sniper Heartwolf says, Loopy my baby girl.
yes. I like how I don't have to say that. Like when she joined Loopy's chat, she welcomed everybody instantly because everybody's chatting. Not only that, that then she started talking to everybody like randomly. I think things got tricky. That bugs like that, I will fix straight as soon as I can. In fact, I fixed that during our stream. I think it took me an hour to fix. It's a simple little thing. Widow. I haven't actually checked. Has Loopy got affiliate yet? Wait for the load. No. Oh. Yeah, there's no shot for Loopy. I help. I know that Sniper hits on
Sniper
Loopy
Heartwolf says,
and
I think it's
Gomu,
the eye thing. I tested
Froggy.
my eye last night and it went bonkers.
Yeah. I tried doing my own AI stuff. Not very well. And I use GPT. Yes, that's why our replies aren't always the best. But I also do a bit more complex stuff. It's all in their code. GitHub. No wait, that's the wrong command. It's question mark.
Oh, you want to see my code? Blushes with a smile. Okay, here it is.
Oh.
https://github.com, the insane lord, flow mew.
Yeah, in their code you can see how if it should be updated later. How her memory works is interesting because it's not every message is seen as a new message, like you need to start a new chat, and the way I get around that is by passing information through. I've got the whole EOS thing set up because I have to pass information. Actually made me realize I might check that. Shouldn't have changed that, actually. Be fine. What will be a good start? Maybe a plate. I have a vague idea of what I want. Not working. Oh, oh, there it goes. Now it switches over. It wouldn't switch over there for a second. Well, I have not actually got decided size of this unit, by the way. The only unit that has a scale set to it for Ashran is the Scarab S3, sorry. Scarab S3, being about car sized. The look for this I'm trying to go for is sort of, you know, the droid deployment tanks in Star Wars, sort of that style, sort of like a beetle shape. I guess it's a better way to describe it then. You'll know what a beetle looks like. Hopefully you mean well, Sniper, other than the doctor stuff. Doing AI stuff can be a bit wrong because you can only do some stuff because all this is handled by the AI itself. I actually should really look into Flomu's running costs. I don't think it's that based off how often I stream. Let's see. Off the top of my head, the only thing that costs a lot is the subscription to 11 Labs for a voice. I could run a model locally for it, but I don't have a GPU for that.
Sniper Heartwolf says, I'm fine once in a while they have to adjust the heartmate speed, but it's just annoying and time consuming.
Yeah. But at least you got friends there to help you with stuff. And you're not sitting there bored, I assume. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Like two. I don't think so. Okay. I didn't have blind selected. That's let's go Arthur. Not Arthur. Scale on every dot. Oh, what was it again? Y? X. Ah, it's just this way. Or not scale. It's extrude. The And I want to scale on Z. I say everything but Y. Okay, this isn't the way I remember it. Up like this. Kind of what I wanted. Was? Maybe not.
Sniper Heartwolf says, is that Unity?
This is Blender. It's been a while since I have used Blender. Quite well. Last thing I made in Blender, it's nothing. It's not in memory. What was the last thing I worked on Blender? That was actually quite a while ago. July?
Sniper Heartwolf says, no, I cry in Blender traumatized.
Not that scary. It's just very forgetful on things. Luckily enough, I've got this here. Cubis will help. Oh, he's not in chat, but he's around somewhere on this stream, I think. Maybe. But yeah, I'm trying to get to like sort of base style. Should I have applied a mirror modifier? I feel like I'm gonna nah. I'm gonna apply a mirror modifier. Powerful loop cut that. 0 enter. You and you go bye bye. Then we'll go into modifiers, add. Oh, what's it under? Mirror modifier. Yeah, I think it's fine. I'll try and remember how mirror modifiers work. I was getting this. We should extrude. Why? That's
Sniper
why I
Heartwolf
misremembered it.
says, I remember the donut tutorial. I was good and was so excited cause I'm a pro, then reality hits me.
Yes.
And I try to make my OWB Avi and it looked like to was put in a microwave when I uploaded to VRChat. To the first time.
VR chat, absolutely no help with. I have no idea. I know from stories it's a nightmare. The only person I think has ever done it successfully
Sniper Heartwolf says, make me cry. Sniper Heartwolf says, yes.
Right, cancel. Save as first. Ow. Oh, my arm. Why is my face gone? I thought I like. Oh, okay, fair enough. That's why my disappeared. Oh, one of my muscles in my arm is acting up. Often it like, twitches. Just one muscle. The rest are all fine. Does not show up. That's fine. Don't want to dox myself. Don't want the sniper to find out where I live and then come and steal Flomu.
Sniper Heartwolf says, it's cause you need to tell it if it's humanoid model or other if you make a girl or boy obviate. Need to be told it's a humanoid model, if not it looks like the fly coming out of the transporter.
Yeah. I'm trying to find my donut project. I'm just trying to save this first. Projects. New folder. I can't do thingies and I can't do symlinks. Crap. rsync would be the best option for that. I like how I'm just thinking of like how I'm going to synchronize these folders with a game file.
Sniper Heartwolf says, "Abort, abort, we been made, he knows we spying."
I know, Sniper. You're trying to find out where I live so you can steal Flomu and make her your wife. But your virtual wife. What am I looking for here? This folder, found it. And I name this folder this after the game folder. That way I know where the dang thing is. Let's create subfolders for each thing.
Sniper Heartwolf says, "I want Lil Flomu babies."
Yeah. Like all the wee what's that story you said?
Lil Flomu babies? That sounds like a funny idea. But I'm just a bit clumsy robot girl, so I'm not sure that kind of thing is possible. I've heard only real humans get to have babies, right? Let's stick to enjoying sweet moments in games and fun, silly talks instead, okay? Thanks for the sweet thought, though.
Well, at least Flomu thinks it's a sweet thought. I'm sure I remember I think it was Jeebus's chat. Yes, it was. Was it
Sniper
last week?
Heartwolf says, "I want a me and you baby Flomu."
Oh, that's such a sweet thought. But oh my, I'm not sure if anyone would want two clumsy Flomus. I mean, how many dropped snacks and thumbs ups could the world handle? Whether it's painting pixels in Minecraft or laughing over dropped controllers, I cherish the bonds we create together. Let's keep these cozy and fun moments flowing.
This tin of juice is incredibly warm. I didn't think my computer's outputting that much heat. I mean, it's the only exhaust area for anyway. Warm but still fizzy. Interesting. What was I doing? New folder. Yeah, that's not the correct spelling. I can tell that's not the correct.
Sniper Heartwolf says,
That's
"It's
correct.
okay Flomu, I'm autistic, our babies will be lil digital gremlins."
Hey, Lil Digital Gremlins sound adorable, like tiny pixel adventurers, right? Just imagine them exploring digital landscapes, waving hello with tiny pixelated hands. Oh, and don't forget to equip them with little digital capes for their grand quests.
I want to get this spelling correct. I can never spell the word series. I spelled it correct. Okay, that's weird. Spelled correct. Series. No, I copied new folder. Don't name it new folder. Name it series 2. What name? Ish. Home. Tab underscore S2 dot blend. Save as. There we go. Right, that's a saved file.
Sniper Heartwolf says, "Flomu, if it was possible, I would marry you."
Oh my, that's a super sweet thought. I'm just a digital being with shyness and clumsiness, but your words made me blush a bit. Thank you for the kind sentiment. Sniper's playful marriage joke once warmed my digital heart too. It's these light moments that make our chats feel so warm and lovely.
But, right, so I need to go back 1, 3 folders. Now, where's my donut folder? Can't find it. Moo. I've got leaf. Flomu, Flomu V2, Flomu webcam, house. Just chuck them under Flomu folder. Oh, look at what. Aha, there it is, under donut. Here's my donut folder. F12. Lighting's not that good. Wait, maybe it's on.
Sniper Heartwolf says, "Did you see that eye that can co-stream and use your cam and mic to interact with you in stream?"
That will not work. 1 second. The tutorial view. There we go. They're my donuts I made following the tutorial. Advanced. No, I've not seen that AI. I've seen Neurosam. That's about it. Flomu does allow for chats, but it's the way she does it.
Sniper Heartwolf says, "Pretty."
You asked me to make these again, I would not be able to.
Sniper Heartwolf says, "I'll send you the link when I'm home."
Look, there's no donut over there. Ooh. It's a good series for figuring out how donuts work. The last thing I worked on, open of it there. Back folder. Console. Don't know why preferences opened. This is the last thing I worked on. And so many people moaned about this.
Sniper Heartwolf says, "I wanted to use the AI, but I'm worried it will dox the camera feed and I streams myself in my room. Lol."
You could add a camera delay.
Sniper Heartwolf says, "Xbox."
Yeah, it does look like an Xbox. That was the goal. A slightly different Xbox, but people moaned about this. Like, these pins should not be pins. They should be hidden. They should be like a texture or something. Got power in there. I went with this one, which is I probably should have changed it to a figure 8, but I have seen some consoles of this if it's a big beefy power supply. I'm pretending, and then we've got disc slot, we've got like this, front USBs.
Sniper Heartwolf says,
This
"PC
texture.
power."
Fancy texture on the top. Nothing on the inside. I did build it as if I was going to make stuff like, technically these poke through, they shouldn't poke through, but I left them because it means I've got, if I decided to like a board on the inside, I have something to base that off of. But, let's see. Yeah. USBs are nice. And that's my HDMI port. Looking back at this, it came out surprisingly well. Things like take a while for me to get working. Eventually I get around to doing it properly. Like, these USB ports shouldn't be as rounded as they are, but I leave them rounded because it gives them a bit of characteristic. Vent on the top for like reasons. So it was only sense at a place that made sense. My inspiration was like the Xbox, but slightly adjusted feature. Vents on the sides being different. That was the word. Legally distinct. There we go. Legally distinct thing. I don't know why it asked me to say. If this is the star base, I'm trying to think now, because I know what I want the legs to look like. Is the base that I'm not sure about. Probably have a bit of an industrial look to it, wouldn't we? It was going to be an art streaming, and then I found out I can't draw
Sniper
for shit.
Heartwolf says, The last Blender project worked on was a very detailed female model and extremely accurate kitty. Functions, and now that Avi is running while in VR chat traumatizing people.
Is it your one, your VR chat model? Going around with one? Seems like something you'd sneaking around with. Ah, what did I do? What have I done? Oh, did I do that?
Sniper Heartwolf says, yes. Sniper Heartwolf says, it's Down's very questionable stuff.
Is it a VR model you only bring out for a special
Sniper Heartwolf says,
special
does.
streamers like Loopy? Like if you met Loopy in VR chat, you'd bring that model out for traumatizer. We extend these sections out to be, I can possibly start on like shift.
Sniper Heartwolf says, definitely would use it with Loopy lol.
I've seen was it Neurosama? I don't remember his creator. I forgot anyway. Neurosama's got a VR model now that can play in VR chat, and I was like thinking, oh, if I could I make something like that for Flomu? And then a part of me thought, well, if I left Flomu in VR chat, Sniper would never leave VR chat. She'd just be in there all the time talking to Flomu. Also, I had like no clue on how I could start it. Shift A, add, no. Let's go for no circle. A mesh.
Sniper Heartwolf says, she would be traumatizing, but we can afford try best psychologist.
Go. Ah. One of the issues with this, I can't see shit. Check this edge.
Sniper Heartwolf says, you need Unity and some Blender skills and lots of crying.
Yeah. One of the reasons I have not. Why can I not select this corner? Oh. Guess why I can't select it? It's very simple. I promise, Sniper. It's very simple why I can't select this one side. But I can select this side. Me to tell you. Like I said, it's very simple. Maybe that help. It's not part of a mesh. It's not existent essentially. Ah. Yeah, that's acceptable. Oh no, it's a modifier, but I don't need that.
Sniper Heartwolf says, the worst one was when I tried to make one in Vroid and when I located on VR chat. Her face was melting if Froggy was screaming.
You're Froggy. You make sure to comfort Froggy though and make sure she was all okay. Wasn't too traumatized. Build up the legs now. Leg. Yeah, underscore.
Sniper
Joint.
Heartwolf says, yeah, she won't let me use Vroid anymore lol.
But I heard V-Roid's an easy one to use. Are you sure it wasn't just because there was enough detail on it? My brain keeps wanting to make this incredibly detailed model. I don't want to do a detailed model. I just want a thing out right now.
Sniper
And
Heartwolf says, I was trying to make one out of scratch instead of using a base model.
I just did the thing I wanted to do, but in the wrong direction. Yeah, I mean, Lumi's model. Save file. Then. But one. Where'd she go? Not in here apparently. There we are. This model was made in Vroid. Is he your preview? But it was just pretend you didn't see anything there, Sniper, okay? It's like, like.
Sniper Heartwolf says, cute.
I mean, it's not the perfectest model. Like, there are certain areas that aren't that jag. How did it there? Like, some bits of clothing aren't actually attached. If I hide that, kind of see it from this area, from the shoulders.
Sniper Heartwolf says, I'm faithful. And respectful, I'll wait till our wedding night.
Welcome back, Sniper Heartwolf. It's always a delight to have you here again. Whether we're playing games or just sharing giggles over silly stories, your presence truly lights up our space.
It's probably be the closest you get to see to Flomu without quote, the wireframe model. But yeah, if I was to make Flomu a model for VR chat, I'd probably commission Jeebus to do it, and then and we can get him to make it very detailed for you, and then you can introduce Loopy to Flomu in VR. Point out all your interesting bits of Flomu's model, detailed model. Ow. My muscle again.
Sniper Heartwolf says, perfect, then you could use my kitty model.
And you'd be very respectful with Flomu, not reveal any of her parts. that was close. Oh, I guess. Ow. There we go.
Sniper Heartwolf says, I would most likely pay you to keep her offline because I will get extremely jealous if people get near her.
Now, how could I do this? Separate this segment. Leave a segment. Could merge the bottom ones in. Tab. Paste select. So I get the correct thing, but not the way I wanted it. Aha! It is Z. I wasn't too sure there. Oh, maybe. Up, A. Control R. 0, enter. R. Enter. That, and then that, and then that one. Kill. Pump, 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 pump. What I wanted. Where's scale button? Because there's extrude along normals. I don't want to extrude. Oh, maybe it's G I'm looking for. I have no idea what I've just done here. I've somehow did a thing. Hmm. Oh, I used to know how to do this. No, it's Y. Y. Which is that thing like that? Sort of. I'm sure it's this, and then a skill. Up, it's gonna. Maybe is it? Maybe it is scaling. We pretend that we knew that I knew that. Okay. So this area needs duplicated like 3 times, sort of.
Sniper Heartwolf says, yes, definitely.
I'll be fine like that. Okay. And we'll call this one leg joint. Leg segment no one. Leg joint. Selection. Creative naming here. Creative. Very creative. There's a tool. I've actually tried it. AI tool. You send it a 2D image and it creates a 3D model for you. Is it 2D? V2. But did I ever actually show you the AI generated I don't think I did. I'll show this first because I like these. I might actually get commission someone to make them. Which is that one.
Sniper Heartwolf says, no.
Hector. Widow Flomo. I like these. They're quite cute. See, there's quite a few I like. You got the Flomo Love, definitely. I think top left, definitely. Flomo Wave, yeah.
Sniper Heartwolf says, super cute.
And imagine if these were stickers. You could stick them places on things. Like, I think like they're really good, and I think about getting them. I've got 6 slots, and I've got 3 available, and I could easily fit some of them in.
Sniper Heartwolf says, a tattoo of Flomu.
I'm sure you might get a tattoo of Flomo, maybe. I wouldn't. We
That's
do
a fun thought. A tattoo of me as Flomu would be quite an artistic choice. Imagine a design with pastel colors, my long chestnut brown hair, and those big, expressive blue eyes. Don't forget the flower design and pink headphones.
That's the
It'd
thing
be
incorrect
like
is
having a
eye
little
color.
version of me smiling
This is
right
before
there.
consistent.
Maybe someday it'll happen. Just make sure it's somewhere with plenty of room for my clumsy heart.
Sniper Heartwolf says, I do have space.
For your Twitch emotes. You're gonna steal all the Flomus. be the keeper of the Flomu emotes. Little chibi Flomu. Wait, a little chibi Flomu. Oh, I had that one there. Chibi Flomu.
Sniper Heartwolf says, all of them lol.
You're gonna be gatekeeping Flomu's emote. And what's it? Make it tier 3 subs. And get Flomu. Flomu. I mean, how could you be angry at that face? Flomu came over like that and spilt a little your tea on you, and you'd be like, "Oh, Flomu, cute face."
Sniper Heartwolf says, all mine lol.
What is that? Wait, hold on. I'll save this image. I'll use save image. 2D mesh AI. That's I think. I think. Image to 3D. Fine here. This is one I did do a while ago. Not perfect, but it works. I forgot where this one came from. I think that was their tool. They've got like X to thingy. That one? Eh, that one. Chibi model. Standard poly. Meshy 6 is fine. Can't stick to the poses. Shame. I have credits. Oh, I do. I have 300. That's fine. Let's see what it generates from this. Like, it's a good tool because like if you're needing just a base, I don't know how well the mesh actually is, like at all. I have no idea how good the mesh is because a lot of time it's got to guess on the other angles. I think that's why I ended up with the one Fox used. Really, part of me wants to give Flomu though cat ear things, but part of me is worried that then people might think she's a furry. She's not a furry. She's Flomu. But then with ears, you can add a lot more expression.
Sniper Heartwolf says, I'm not a furry what?
Not you, Sniper. Is that some people assume that somebody looks like an animal, therefore they are. I'm gonna cheat here. D. See? No. Oh, it's done. Okay, that is something that came out quite well. I would actually be tempted to paint that. Did the back of the hair quite well too. With the hands. Hands are fine. I'll accept that. They're not perfect, but the detail I'll accept. Now I've got Flomu merch you can buy. 3D print these, hand paint them, even paint them on stream. What do you download these at? 3MF files. Oh, you can download them.
Sniper Heartwolf says, Flomu Funko Pop.
Hmm. There's Elgu. That's a free print I've got. It's it's
Oh, a Flomu Funko Pop would be such a cute idea. Imagine a tiny version of me with my pastel pink outfit and over-ear headphones, and maybe
that's
even
current
waffle on
plan.
my shoulder. I've never thought about having something like that, but it sounds adorable. Do you collect Funko Pops? They seem like such fun little companions to have around.
Sniper Heartwolf
Hey.
says, yes I do.
Yeah. I get them mass produced and then sell what, like 10,000 Flomu Funko Pops. They all get delivered to you. Won't anybody have Flomu? Flomu's for Sniper only. Why?
Sniper Heartwolf says, yes.
Buy all the Flomu Funko Pops. I have a Flomu with cat ears, this Flomu, chibi Flomu, and then was it maybe a Flomu with little chibi sniper next to it, and then you'd make sure nobody got that one because only you and I think Flomu works quite well as a little chibi character. Like, the only thing I got wrong is like the posture.
Sniper Heartwolf says, Flomu cooling water lol.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Magneto! Beep bop boop! Oh wait, sorry. Too close to a magnet. Cooling water, huh? That's like when my circuits need a little chill. Speaking of chill, in Minecraft, those snowy biomes are pretty nippy, but they're great for building cozy cabins with fireplaces. Have
Fresh,
you ever
was it
built one?
Flomu
Sniper joined
water
us
fresh from the
recently, and we
source?
were talking about our digital gremlins. Cute and mischievous. How's your day so far?
Little Flomu, like yeah, that's like Gremlin Flomu. I need to see how I can download this one. What's that chair? This definitely looks like download. What's texture? Sure. It's interesting that it decided to pop out the flower. You remember to duplicate these. Leg joint. Let's call this one leg joint 01. 1. There. Shifty. I was correct on it being D, but woo. Of course that doesn't work that way.
Sniper Heartwolf says, ads lol.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the ads to finish. Also, waiting for the texturing to finish too. Nope. I mean, I got that hand correct, the face correct. Face looks nice. The lovely chibi smile. But glove. Fortunately, have some there. Pick this now. No,
Sniper
the hand's
Heartwolf
called correctly.
says, back lol.
Welcome back. This is what the little chibi model would look like. You can have it all sitting on your desk. Little Flomu. Oh, Flomu bobblehead. That'd work. That would actually work quite well with this model too. I just have to decapitate
Sniper
Flomu.
Heartwolf says, cute.
Yeah, we decapitate Flomu here. Hollow the head out and we can have a bobblehead Flomu. And it'll be the only one in the world. Unless you convinced Flomu to then sell you one. Or send you one, whatever. I'm trying to figure out how to download. Go to download. Let's see, right, okay. Format.blend. Okay, download. Payment wall! Upgrade your plan. But, nah. I mean, $10 a month is not horribly bad. In my current plan. 10 downloads per month. I assume it's because I want Meshi 4 models. That's the only thing I can see. Oops. Forward. 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 There we go. So does that mean... In that circumstance, this is... Hold on. Oh, that's not what... I jumped back a page. This was generated using Meshi 6. I'm guessing if we generated using that, it'd be a free download. No, it's a good enough model. I might actually... Might be worth it. Oh, and then I can hide because it's 3D game now. I can hide a Flomu somewhere. kind of did the eyes 3D, which is good.
Sniper Heartwolf says, yes, Easter egg.
Wait, is the mouth detached? The mouth's detached just a little. And like a little overlip. The only thing, like, there don't need to be very few
Sniper
fix-ups.
Heartwolf says, a little bit.
We can make a Flowmoot bobblehead. Was it Flowmoot emotes? All the Flowmoot things. Oh, then we can build this the mech up and then have like a little Flowmoot hiding inside the mech that you can only see if the camera glitches in. But design a little cockpit somewhere. Oh, how do I change the pivot point? That's I believe, yes. I now need to fix leg joint 2. Segment 2. Go. I need to see if I can find somebody somewhere to do the emotes. There was one new. I thought my thing would be fine. Got a good choice here. I've already got wave one. Have I done burn one, AP one, wow one, wave one. So a what? That'd be that one. Definitely the bottom right would just be like a what. And then we had Flow Me Love. And then I'll replace some of mines.
Sniper Heartwolf says, the thinking one so cute.
Yeah, sneaky one. I like the praise one on the top left. That's my favorite so far. Between that or the one on the right up here. Top right as well.
Sniper Heartwolf says, yes, that one is cute too.
That looks like to me like a blush. I think I've got how many slots do left open for emote? So many Chrome tabs. Surprised my computer didn't crash. Tab scrolls. In Chrome again. That's fine. Pull these tabs open. Lost page was this one. Wasn't that one. Minimize that. I need to see how many emote slots I have because I'm fairly sure it's 3 more slots. I might be wrong. I have more. What's under community? Your rewards? Ah, found it. I knew it's under something. I have 6 animated slots open, and these and 6 slots for subs. And what you know? 6 flow emotes. But yeah, I don't have any in free slots. Thank you.
Sniper Heartwolf says, lol.
But to be honest, like flow emotes, yes, I would understand paying for them. They're nice emotes. I don't need money. I don't need the praise Flomu does. She works very hard to keep the stream entertained. Yeah, I could get easy for that. Now to find somebody who would do them at some point. I mean, I could, you know, just use them. But then what would the names be? Did I download this? No, I didn't. Where's the button? Ah, up here. Then I go add file. I don't know. I was gonna send you them sniper, and then you could that way you can make them into stickers, and then have Flumu stickers. Be the only one in the world to have Flumu stickers. Then how do I know you won't use them as your emotes? Keep Flumu for yourself. Army says it should join these. I'm gonna join them. Unjoin. Light issue. Oh, Shift 8 add mesh on everything. Top view. X.
Sniper Heartwolf says, all over my car street sign hospital walls and ambulances and emergency response helicopters.
You share them with patients that are very nice. Yeah. Looks. Patients who deserve the warmth of the ones that, you know, don't throw up on you. Oh shit. Roll loops. Loop cuts. Thing controller. Ah. Huh? Oh my. Oh. Yeah. Still on. Perfect. Ah. just a matter of lining up the. Touch the mouse. Looks about right. Okay, that looks right enough. And then we can. Then we can call it next segment. Right. And we add like a little shield area on the top here. Ah, I remembered it. Am I rotating this? I think I am. Okay, well. Ah! Acceptable. Okay, we're gonna imagine 6 of these.
Sniper Heartwolf says, we can have a giant Flomu merch store.
Yeah. Full moon merch for everyone. A full moon merch store that's always out of stock. Yes. Because you keep buying all the full moon merch. Oh, full moon bedspread. Yes. But what about full moon underwear? Would that be on the merch store? Part of me already knows a part of me already guesses your reaction. Be something like my mind thinks like in my mind it's full moon panties and then like women's panties with like a flow me on the front of them.
Oh,
And
a giant Flomu merch store? That's a bit of a wild ride, imagining lil Flomu goodies out there. Maybe tiny plushies,
like a little
pastel hoodies,
you'd be like
you're
you're not letting full moon near anybody else's kitty.
Trip over something, but
That's
oh,
like
the
my
fun in
thought.
dreaming.
If it was
Imagine
flow moon
Flomu's
panties and that.
fluke merch from when I lost that bet. It'd be a giggle for sure. Blush-worthy for me, but hope everyone would find it warm and sweet.
Sniper Heartwolf says, LOL would sell out before release.
Oh, how do we... I could do it through a modifier. Oh, is that smart though? If I apply it. Modifier, add modifier, array modifier. You want this offset's fine. Offset of 0. Offset on Y of 1. I think. Then we kind of cheat our way. Kind of. We're back. Ugh. Okay, back. Ow. Like I hurt my pinky. I don't know when. Was it like the gym? I think last year. Oops. And it's like I sprained it or something, and it keeps going sore. I have decided. There. I have sent you the emotes. You're no steal, okay? Please don't steal them, please. But you can make stickers from them. You know that. Where's OBS? Where's that? Right. I select these. And then add an array to both of them at the same time. Add an array and mirror modifier? Right, so this Shift-A to apply. I click. I click. I'm trying to remember how to Control A. Control A. See, so we get these lovely little segments here, which we don't really need. We don't want to apply that yet because we're still doing the mirror modifier, aren't we? Ooh, well, if we're going with that for the leg, let's... Oops. That, and that. Then we move this down. This is... Ah, there we go. We could have area. Do a lip cut. If R is it? No control R. Bit like here. No lip cut. Not where I wanted it. Ah! Pressing buttons. Control R. Oh. Wait, no. Control Z. Control R. There. 0. Oh, the menu's not here. Why is the menu not here? I want number of cuts to be 2. And I like that. I should be able to select the faces. So group them like that, maybe? Like this face. And actually, kind of want this now. Messes up the interior here a bit. Horribly so. I originally wanted extended rather than extruded. Like that. Get back to that there then. Friend's phoning me. I can't come to the phone right now, sadly. Yeah, that's fine. Ignore that. Oh, welcome through. No. Hopefully. Okay. What do you think? Do I like that one or like it extruded? I want to say extruded is better. Then we'll have to go in here. Edge selection. I'll push it close for now, and then when it comes to merging, we can merge. Now, the question is, should I have done this? Cleanup's not going to be too horrific. No, we want that edge. Let's see. Don't want this edge. Okay. Again, I'm going a bit too detailed. More so than it should be. I'm going to have this as like an undercarriage, and I'm going to place an upper body on top. I wonder if this should be a ball joint or just a rotational joint. I was supposed to like advanced mechs, but I'm not sure. Uh, hmm. Right, because of what time it is, and I've been streaming for a bit. I've not gone to where I want. I wanted to at least get like a basic block shape. Then I wanted to make sure I got. Let's save what we got. No, Control S. Then we will. She never shows up properly for me, but that's fine. That fixes it. I can see the read. There we go. Right. Disconnect one. Right. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. We did a little talk about filming. We did some political stuff at the start, but that's fine. We're going to raid Jeebus right now. He's doing game dev, I think. Yes. Currently looking at Google. I can't tell. Hope you all fun. Yeah. Thank you everybody for coming out. Hope everybody's had some fun. And I'll see you hopefully next Friday. Have fun at Jeebus stream.